Hello and welcome to Anderson Community Television. I'm Carol Donahue and I'm especially pleased to host a special program today about the Forest Hills Foundation. And I don't know if you remember our good friend Dee Stone, but we are lucky enough to have her back today, and she's going to tell us even more about what's happening with the foundation. So welcome to the program, Dee.
Hi, Carol. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. You've been having so many successes here.
We have, yes.
Let's start with the big gala.
The big Distinguished Alumni event, we had that last November, and it was wonderful. I mean, we had a really good turnout. We had over 200 people attend. We honored we had seven honorees, 3 from alumni from Anderson High School and 3 from Turpin High School, and then we also honored a Forest Hill staff member. And we had all of the honorees. Well, the staff member was Dick Wesp, who had taught in the Forest Hill School District for many, many years. There was a video about him, which was very well done.
Was his wife there?
No. But his sister was. His sister and his brother, they came and accepted on his behalf. But then the honorees themselves all got up and spoke. We was at the Anderson Center, so for the presentation we were in the theater, and they all got up and spoke, and each of them gave a wonderful speech about what it meant for them to go to either Anderson or Turpin High School, and how their experience at those high schools impacted their lives and help them get where they are today. And their stories, one was better than the other.
Dee, why don't you remind us who were the recipients?
Okay, we had from Anderson High School, we had Dr. Howard Bell, and he is
everybody loves him.
Yes, they do. And he was just delightful. And so he's a local optometrist. Ophthalmologist, yes, thank you. Ophthalmologist, and he's very involved at, I know he's a chief of staff at one point at Mercy Hospital, at Claremont Mercy, very involved also at Mercy Hospital. And then we also had John Hayden, who was the past CEO of Midland, the Midland Company, and now has his own consulting company. Been very involved, obviously the whole family is involved with Midland Baseball. And then Bob Coughlin, who is the CEO and founder of Paycor, a payroll processing management company. And also the founder of the Flying Pig Marathon. So
I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah. So that was interesting. And then from Turpin, we had Michael Fortin, who is a vice president at Microsoft. He flew in from Seattle to be at the event. And he has won many awards in engineering, both from Ohio State and Microsoft. And then Kristen Sherwin-Meyer, who founded an organization called Max's Meals, which delivers meals and just cakes, birthday cakes and things like that to patients on the bone marrow transplant unit at Children's Hospital.
I know the family, they are just wonderful, and I know whatever they do, they give 100%. I know the grandma Karen. Hi, Karen. So anyway, they're just a great family.
Yeah, they are. And so she was there. She's also an engineer, General Electric. And then finally, we had Laura Phelps Sweat, who was she holds the records for being the strongest woman in the world. And she lives here in town. She and her husband own a couple gyms out in Blue Ash also. They run one of the biggest women-only powerlifting competition in the world. And she's just in that arena. She is it. So it was interesting seeing her too.
And that's so interesting because you have an ophthalmologist, you have somebody who does weights, you have Max's Meals, such in business.
We had a very diverse group, and we couldn't have picked better people. I mean, they were all nominated, and we didn't know these people, a lot of them, when we got the nominations, and they all turned out to be the perfect people. So
now, was this a dinner? And
yeah, it was dinner, cocktails. We had a live band. We had a band called Leaving Arcadia, a local band, and they did a fabulous job. And then Dan Carroll, a WOW 700 WOW radio host, he was the MC, and he was awesome. So
I was so sorry to have to miss that. That sounded like a great time. Now, are we going to see that next year?
Yes, you can come next year.
All right, I'm there.
We will do it again.
Oh, that is great. That is great. Well, so the funds then that are going to be collected from this year, where will these funds go?
Okay, well, we have, from that event, we raised some money, and then we are actually doing an annual campaign. The foundation's doing its first annual campaign, and it's called Investing in Success. And we will use all the money raised on that annual campaign to pay for our programming. And we have programming that touches all students in the Forest Hill School District. We have programming for the high school level, middle school level, and the elementary level. At the high school level, we've done college essay and a college essay and application class. We did that back in September for all those seniors getting ready for college. So that is done. But now we are doing college ACT and SAT prep classes. And those are open to juniors. And any junior wanting to take an ACT or SAT, they can come. It's like a two-hour class, and we give them strategies on things to look for. And then we show them a website to go on where they can go on and take practice tests, because it's practice, practice, practice. That's what improves your score. And these, the test, as much as I don't like that there's so much emphasis on these tests, but unfortunately that's the system we have.
And we have to work with it.
And we have to work with it. Our school district does a fabulous job of educating our kids, but a lot of the money and whether you get into certain schools depends on the score on these tests. So we want to do anything we can to help our kids get a good score.
Now, is there a charge for
No, we don't charge for it.
It's all free if you...
That's why we were raising the money in our annual campaign to pay for these programs. No, there's no charge for those programs. And then at the middle school level, we do after-school access enrichment at Nagel. And that's for every Tuesday and Thursday. That's going on right now. Every Tuesday and Thursday, Nagel students can stay after school. The foundation pays for the tutors to be there to work with these kids that stay after, or if you just want to stay after and work on your homework, or want to stay after and just have access to the school's computers, and then the foundation pays for the busing home. So they can stay, and then the bus takes them home. I think it's like 4:30. So.
Well, that is great that there's such an emphasis on the IT, on the computers, and on the math and sciences, because that's where the jobs are.
Right. And actually, that's another program that we are help fund through our annual campaign. It's called the Power Up Equity Program. Our school district, the Forest Hill School District, decided, I guess it was 3 years ago, they rolled out a program called Power Up. Basically, it's a bring your own laptop program. They started it at Nagel. Actually, when my boys were in 7th grade, they are now sophomores. So they were the first class to roll it out. It was January of their 7th grade year, so I guess it was 3 years ago. So it's everybody that had a laptop, bring your own laptop, and they can start using in the classroom. So now at Nagel, they have pretty much, they have one-on-one, every student in the school, between the ones that bring their own and then the ones that the school has. Everybody has access to a computer during the school day.
So if a child doesn't have a laptop, they have one there for them to use.
Exactly.
Great.
However, the foundation, realizing there's some families that cannot afford a laptop, especially if you have 3 or 4 kids, in the middle school, high school range, you might not be able to afford one for all of your children, or might not be able to afford one at all. The foundation worked with the school district to start what's called Power Up Equity. And so we raise funds to buy laptops, and then they're loaned to the students to use during the school year as if they're their own laptop. And then at the end of the year, they bring it back, and we refurbish them and do whatever we need over the summer, and then the next year it'll be loaned out to another student. So.
What a fantastic idea.
Yeah, well, it's the only way to really have Power Up work is it really works well if every student has one. If some students don't have one and some students do, then the teacher's having to teach 2 different ways again, because they're really trying to incorporate technology, because every job in the future, they're all, based on technology.
And it's such a hands-on thing. You can show somebody, but if they don't do it a couple of times, the brain doesn't absorb it. Yeah.
Someone trying to explain to you over the phone what to do with a computer, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah. So yes, you do need to have the computing device in front of you. So we're trying to fill that gap. And then finally, our program that we do at all the elementaries and at Nagel is called Destination Imagination, which is a really exciting program. That is problem solving, critical thinking. Small groups of students work with a parent. Well, we have teacher coordinators, a coordinator at each building that the foundation pays the stipend for that. And then we also pay entrance fees and materials fees for Destination Imagination. And kids are given problem-solving skill, a problem to solve, and they have to, themselves solve it. Like the parent or, that's working with them can't give them any, the parent can help them go buy the materials or whatever, but the kids have to come up with a list and can't give them any guidance. They have to solve a problem, and then they go to a competition, and we're fortunate enough this year the competition is going to be at Nagel Middle School, and that's the regional competition, so all the schools.
Home ground.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Home field advantage is what we're hoping for. So they will be at Nagel, and I believe that is March 8th, I think. It's either March 8th, March 10th, somewhere that Saturday. And if anybody's interested, the public can come watch, and that should be, just to see what kind of problems these kids are been getting and what what their solutions are. So, well,
it seems like so many jobs too. It's not you yourself; it's a team effort.
Right. Well, that is. I mean, with the global environment we're in, it's so there's a lot of teamwork. It's not the way it used to be.
Exactly.
The business environment has changed. So this team and group problem solving, that's a skill. And that's what Destination Imagination is teaching our students. And we hope to grow this in our district so people will know Forest Hills as a district that really focuses on Destination Imagination. I think that's going to attract people to our district, and it's going to attract employers. When they're looking to hire, they're going to say, oh, this kid, went to Turpin or Anderson High School. We know they know about, have those skills. So.
Now, did this used to be called Odyssey of the Mind?
It's very similar. I think Destination Imagination, was a break-off. I think they used to be together, and I really don't know why, but this group is now called Destination Imagination. And it's not just for gifted students. I think there's this perception, oh, you have to be a gifted student, and that's not true at all. Some of those students out there who may, B, C students, not, or C, D, not the best students, but thinking outside the box is their gift. They may be the best at this. So we encourage all students to apply. The teams are pretty much set for this year, but for next year, we want to really, as I said, grow this in the district. So.
And what a good confidence builder for the children, too.
Getting up and speaking on your feet, that's hard to do. And I think they learn to, speak in front of a crowd and, present well, and it's all great skills.
And the problems that they're given to solve, are they on lots of different venues?
Yes, there are lots of different, I think there's a science-based one, I think there's a drama-based one. There's a bunch of different categories you can choose from, depending on which your group, and there's all different age levels.
So you get to choose which one?
I think you get to choose, okay. Right.
So. Oh, that would be more attractive.
Yes, exactly.
So you bring so much to this, such knowledge. What brought you to the Forest Hills Foundation?
Well, I was a very involved PTA mom, and then I helped run a school levy in 2006. So I've just been involved in the school district. I have 4 kids I have 3 that are still there and 1 that graduated. So. I just have a passion for it.
And you're very good, and we're so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Now tell us a little bit more about fundraising avenues.
Well, in addition to our annual campaign and gifts that we get through, donations and our event, the Distinguished Alumni event, we do a lot of other events. We have another one coming up in February. It's called A Day for Today's Woman, and we hope to get a good crowd for that. That will take place at Nagel Middle School on February 22nd. That's a women-only event. It runs from 9 to 2 p.m.
Is this a Saturday?
It's a Saturday afternoon, okay. Correct. And it involves a lot of different things. There's a continental breakfast, a keynote speaker. This year our keynote speaker is Amy Tobin, and she is a lifestyle consultant, chef. She's a corporate spokeswoman, I think for Dole, a couple different companies. She will be the keynote speaker, and there's 2 workshops, and the workshops are really interesting. They range from flower arranging to yoga to self-defense to finances to, applying makeup. There's usually about 20 different workshops to choose from. Every attendee gets to choose 2. And then there's lunch. Many, many vendors. We're expanding the vendors, so it's also a day to shop. So there's lots of shopping, so bring your checkbooks, and great vendors from the jewelry designers, food. We even have the resale shop, the American Cancer Society.
The Discovery Shop.
Discovery Shop.
I know it well.
Yes, they're always there, and they always have great stuff. They have,
and you know that your money goes for a really good cause.
Exactly. So they're always there. So we have a really good group of vendors, and we're expanding the shopping time this year. And then after that, we have the fashion show, and it's going to be closed from TJ Maxx. It's always a good fashion show. We're having some teachers and parents in the district. I know for sure the principal from Anderson High School is going to be one of our models this year.
Oh, great.
Our new principal, Mike Broadwater, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, it's the local people who model, and it's just really, really a fun, it's a great girls' day out. Just get a group of girls, good friends, get a table, and there's lots of time to talk and catch up. And
oh, yeah, it sounds like a good time.
It is. So people can register online at our website, fhfe.org.
Say that one more time.
fhfe.org.
And I think that'll be appearing on the screen.
So they can register online. This year's theme is There's No Place Like Home. So it's kind of that Wizard of Oz theme, and we have a great committee. And
we'll take lots of pictures, because when you come back the next time, we'll have to show pictures of these wonderful models.
Great.
That is great. That is great. So that'll be in February, and then anything into the spring?
Let's see, February, we have lots. It seems like, okay, then our alumni basketball game is on March 1st, and that'll be at Anderson High School this year, and that's alumni basketball game between Turpin alumni versus Anderson alumni, and it's the 5th year, so we're considering changing it up a little bit this year, but that'll take place on March 1st, so people should mark the calendars for that. That always starts at 7 p.m., and we always have alumni cheerleaders, an alumni pep band. It's just really a fun day.
You could have celebrity cheerleaders. That
exactly.
Would be fun.
We're thinking about changing it up. That's a good idea. Celebrity cheerleaders would be fun.
Now, you had events, too, that you sponsored during the football game, correct?
We did yes, we did, actually. Before the Turpin and Anderson football game, we had an event, and it was different this year. We used to do a community tailgate, but we found that people were wanting to rush in and get their seats so much. It's like that really wasn't working. So we changed it up this year, and it was an event called All In. One of our board members, Beth Davis, who also runs the Forest Hills 5K, she pulled this all together, and it was really a great event. We did a canned food drive to benefit Interparish Ministries. And then at the event, our sponsor, Wellington and Mercy Health, they were there and giving out prizes, and we had gift cards from all local businesses for, best, most enthusiastic fan, or, best costume, and just a lot of different reasons to prizes. We had the drum line, the Turpin Anderson combined drum line, Turpin Anderson cheerleaders did a cheer together. So it's really a unity, all in. It's like we're all one community. And it was great. It was really fun.
And I think when you do that, and year after year, it'll become a tradition, and people will look forward to it. And that is what builds community.
Well, exactly. And we're going to change the beneficiary of the, like this year was Interparish Ministries, and next year we'll choose somebody else, and just benefit the whole community, just any charity. So.
Now, are we down for the 5K run yet? Is that scheduled?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. That's that never stops, I think. But Beth Davis and Jenny Nyack are working on that now, and that will be May. I think it's 18th.
Isn't that near Mother's Day?
It is. Yes, it is. So actually, it's Mother's Day weekend this year. Yeah. Wonderful. So, and I should know the date off the top of my head, but they're all running together. But
wow, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. It's the Mother's Day weekend this year, which is a little different, but it's a great thing to do as a family. Mothers will love it. Everybody out working.
Applaud Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Everybody, this is Mom's Day. Let's all go do this
Women
run together.
power. You
That's
can do
right.
it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right. Well, this has been very informative. Now, is there anything else maybe that we need to be filled up?
Well, not with the foundation. I also work with another foundation that actually my family started, and it's called Mitch's Mission. And that my son had brain cancer back in 2009. He was diagnosed February 2009.
And how old was he then?
He was 11. He was in 5th grade at Maddox, and so he was diagnosed with brain cancer. Then we had to go through the surgery, intense radiation, 31 doses of radiation, and then chemo. He was in Children's Hospital up in the bone marrow transplant unit, where Kristen Meyer's son was. That's actually how we got to know each other. So but he's well today. But it was a long process. We spent most of the summer that year in 2009, and we came home on Halloween. So anyway, as a way to give back, we started a foundation called Mitch's Mission. And we do an event every February, and that will take place on February 9th, called Played It with the Bearcats. And it takes down at the UC Rec Center on the UC campus. We also have a relationship with the UC football team, because as when my son was going through all this, he was adopted by the UC football team that year, back in 2009. So we have a special relationship with the UC football team, and we thought, we already have this relationship. Wouldn't it be fun if everybody else got to know these football players as Mitch has? So the players come, and it's not only football players. We get all UC athletes. The girls lacrosse team, the boys soccer, the boys golf, the boys baseball, girls soccer. We get representatives from all the sports. They come. It's in the big gym at the UC Rec Center, which is a wonderful facility. Mm-hmm. If you haven't been there, it's awesome. And there's games, there's cornhole, there's basketball, there's rock climbing, swimming. It's just a day to hang out with these athletes, shoot hoop with UC football players. There's carnival games for the younger kids, and all the funds go to send kids from Cincinnati Children's Cancer and Blood Disease Unit to summer camp out at Camp Joy. So there's 2 weeks a year, and we send as many kids as we can. So.
What a great thing to do, especially in February. You're locked in the house.
Exactly.
To get the kids out and expound all that energy.
Well, that's it. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon from 2 to 5. It'll be February 9th. And it is. It's like, it's a family event. It's like, bring your family. The parents have a great time because they can interact with other families. And the kids are running around. And it really is a fun Sunday afternoon event in February. And we keep the cost very, very reasonable. And for that, people can go to mitchesmission.com. They can register on mitchesmission.com. And, all the money goes to a great cause.
Isn't that great? Well, and it helps, too, that UC's having a pretty good year this year, too, in football.
Yeah, they're having a wonderful year.
Yeah, that's a good deal. Well, thank you so much. Is there just a parting message you would like to leave today?
Just thank your teachers. We do a lot of work with the foundation, and we have some awesome educators in this district. And, I spoke about our annual campaign. The teachers did their own employee giving campaign to the foundation last year, and they were very supportive, and we're so grateful to them. And, all we do is we hope to support them. And shout out to our teachers.
Thank you so much, and we do. We have so much to be blessed. We've got this wonderful school district here that you are really one of the cheerleaders and bring so much support, and we thank you for that, Dee. Thank you so much. And thank all of you for watching Anderson Community Television. This is Carol Donahue saying farewell and keep well.